As President Bola Ahmed Tinubu marks 2 years in office, all eyes are on his cabinet. The minister's tasked with steering Nigeria through turbulent times. From the economy to education, has a spotlight on 6 key players and how Nigerians are rating their performance. Wale Edun, Minister of Finance and Economy. Tasked with stabilizing an economy battered by inflation and subsidy removal fallout, Wale Edun has faced one of the toughest jobs in the cabinet. While the administration claims revenue has improved, critics argue the reforms have worsened poverty and triggered a cost of living crisis. The scorecard missed. He talks big on reforms, but the masses are still waiting to feel the impact.
In trying to assess the performance of a particular minister, one thing we must not forget is the fact that the minister is not as autonomous as Nigerians would expect. The same way you expect that a councillor from your local government should be able to perform magic beyond his own horizon. The Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy is a representative, an ambassador of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He does the biddings of his principal.
Mohammed Badaro, Minister of Defense. From resurgent Boko Haram attacks in Borno to banditry in the northwest, many believe Nigeria's security situation hasn't improved. Mohammed Badaro, a former governor, now leads defense. While military offensives continue, critics say coordination is weak and gains remain unsustained. Public confidence low, with mounting pressure on him to revamp strategy.
The security is very bad now. Everybody cry. People no want to go farm again. No food, no money, no work, no empowerment. All of them promise and fail. Empowerment, they don't pay. Salary, no payment. They think what you say to me, go they know them. You go to employ old man for office, no you to there. So you to the first video by there now. Thief everywhere.
Dele Alake, Minister of Solid Minerals. Once a loud voice in the media, Dele Alake has struggled to translate his communication brilliance into solid mineral success. The promise of diversifying Nigeria's economy beyond oil remains largely on paper. Illegal mining persists, and the sector remains underperforming. For a renewed Hope administration, hope is running low here.
To me, I don't feel any impact. But the only person I know, because I'm in Abuja, that is working is Wike. He's the only one that I know. I'm seeing it with my practical eyes. Anywhere I go, I see Wike. Even though I'm not seeing him physically. Anywhere I go within Abuja, I see Wike. And that is all. That's all I have to say here. Wike is the only one who is working. Forget about his shortcomings and etc. But Wike is working.
Yusuf Tugar, Minister of Foreign Affairs. In a time when regional diplomacy is critical, from ECOWAS challenges in Niger to global trade talks, Tugar has maintained a low profile. Critics say Nigeria's once dominant diplomatic voice in West Africa is fading. Public diplomacy, especially on key global issues, have been underwhelming. The verdict, under the radar and under-delivering.
I don't think most of them have done well. As far as I'm concerned, almost 90% of them have done terribly. So, except for a few of them like Wike, which you can see the results here. Generally, most of them are just, there's nothing to write them about.
Dr. Morofat Alausa, Minister of Education. With over 10 million out-of-school children, a sector plagued by underfunding and mass failures, Dr. Alausa has his hands full. Yet critics say policy direction has been vague and interventions insufficient. The crisis in public universities, poor exam results, and an education sector under stress remain unaddressed.
Under the Minister of Education, meanwhile, they need to do more so that the students should know very well and understand the reality and go into practical education and not only verbal or just doing it like that. And when they are being sent to go and do certain things, they can practicalize it.
Bosot Tijani, Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. One of the youngest in the cabinet, Tijani came in with energy and vision. From broadband expansion to pushing tech startups, he's received praise from Nigeria's digital space. But critics say execution is slow and regulatory bottlenecks persist. Among youth and the tech community, however, he remains one of the more promising ministers.
I think they are trying so far with their own power. And with God, we are moving on.
2 years in, the Tinubu cabinet has shown flashes of potential, but many Nigerians still ask, where is the delivery? With 2027 drawing closer, the clock is ticking for these ministers to either rise or be reshuffled.